I didn't press live on Facebook and YouTube. So I'm just sitting here talking, thinking I'm on Facebook and YouTube, and I was not. Y'all, it's been one of those days. It has definitely been one of those days. But it's good to see all of you. Go ahead and start liking the video, sharing the video. I hope you're ready for night 3. I'm ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to close up this masculine, feminine energy revival. And I certainly hope it has been helpful to you the way it's been a blessing to me. Um, let's see it. City and state, where you're tuning in from. All right. City and state, where you're tuning in from. Let me see it. Go ahead, put it in the comments. City and state. Let me see where you're tuning in from. Let's go. We're ready to unlearn and relearn. I like that, just little Debbie. Now, where are you tuning in from? Come on, city and state. Houston, Memphis. Thank you so much. Memphis again. Houston again. Wow. Michigan, Long Island, Jacksonville, Dallas, St. Louis, Raleigh, Houston again. Houston shows me a lot of love. Costa Rica, twice. Wow. Idaho, Birmingham. Thank you, Desiree, for the salad already. You guys can absolutely support the show. I want to encourage you to do that. And really just grateful for you all tuning in. I understand TikTok is doing something crazy already. TikTok is in trouble in America. TikTok is on the ropes in America, for sure. And so, yeah, TikTok is really going through. They're asking people how they feel about my live, and they need to be worried about it. They're gonna still be in America. Yes, I think my Venmo is good to go. And so you can support tonight via Cash App, $ Zeb the Third. You can support on Venmo, Zeb the Third. And there's another one, y'all. Lord, it's been a day. Y'all have to bear with me. It's been a day. Zelle. You can support on Zelle at info@zebthethird.com, and that's on Zelle. All right. All right. So 3 ways you can support now. $ Zeb the Third. That's Cash App, Zeb the Third on Venmo, and info@Zeb the Third on Zelle. Listen, this is going to be fun tonight. I'm stoked. I need you to share the video right now. Chicago, New York, where you at? Come on. Where you at? Come on. Where are you? Where are you tuning in from? I need to see more cities and states. Pennsylvania, Newburgh, New York, Tallahassee, Houston again. Good Lord, Houston. Love y'all. Sacramento, Augusta, Senatobia, Mississippi. Wow, I don't know where that is. Glade Spring, Virginia. Bahamas. Thank you so much, Bahamas. Bahamas shows me a lot of love, along with Trinidad and Tobago. I think it's a sign. Chicago, ATL, St. Louis again. St. Louis 3 times. Good to see all of you. Thank you so much. Colin, good to see you, brother. Trinidad and Tobago again. Shows me a lot of love. Where y'all from? Minneapolis, New York again, New Jersey, Sacramento, Richmond, Somerset, Kentucky. Thank you. New York, Indiana, Dallas, Detroit, Atlanta. All right, Atlanta, y'all show up. I hadn't seen y'all tonight. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Ontario, Canada, NOLA, one of my favorite places in the world, Indiana, South Carolina. Thank you so very much. Listen, y'all, I ain't wasting a lot of time. Let's get into it. I need my time tonight. Atlanta by way of Barbados. Thank you so much. San Francisco. Tonight, part 3, masculine, feminine energy. I need you to share this video. Let's do what we can to try to get this live up to 1,500 viewers tonight. First night, we had over 1,900. Second night, we hovered at around 1,600 all night. And I want us to be around that 1,500 mark. And I recognize people have a short attention span, but the length of the videos has been essential. And I hope you found it to be helpful. And so this is going to be fun tonight. And I'm grateful that you're tuned in. Dominican Republic, thank you so much. Definitely another one of my favorite places in the world. And just grateful to have you tonight. Now, part 3. Let's talk about this. Let's get into the business. Because what we have to deal with tonight is out of the thing. Do you have your papers from last night? I hope everybody has their papers from last night. If not, go ahead. Where is my paper? There it is. go ahead and grab your paper from last night. You should have your paper from last night where we did masculine energy on one side, feminine energy on the other. And we talked about inner esteem last night. Remember, inner esteem was those traits and characteristics. Thank you, Desiree, again for the salad. I appreciate you. Inner esteem are those traits that speak to who we are when we are in character. All right. And before I get into this, let me just again remind you of ground rules. I realize some people are new tonight. You see people sending salads. That's the way they support the show. Definitely a low tolerance policy for bullies. And so if you see bullies starting to jump in the chat and say crazy stuff, you might see a lot of eagles. And that's because eagles fly high above birds. That's what that's about. Oh, and I got a special announcement for you at the end of the show about a new group work that's going to be added. And so I'm excited to have you all here tonight. Now, let's get into it. Again, we talked about masculine, feminine energy in esteem last night. All right. We talked about that. And that meant that word in esteem simply means when it is in character. Right. So when masculine or feminine energy is in character, these are the traits that we see. All right. These are the traits that we see. Tonight, we're going to talk about out of esteem. We're going to talk about out of esteem, and we're going to try to connect a lot of dots here. Now, let me say this about out of esteem. I think this is a good reminder of something that we talked about the first night, and I want to say it again clear. When we start talking about who you are out of character, that means you have to have the strength to accept feedback. You can't be so tender if you want to grow from a personal development standpoint. A lot of you are not growing from a personal development standpoint, not because you can't grow. You're not growing because you're so tender, right? This is the most hypersensitive generation and day and time that we've ever lived in. Y'all don't have to like this, but part of my PhD research is in generational studies. There is no more of a sensitive time in the history of time than right now. Okay, so when we start talking about characteristics and traits that are out of esteem, you're going to hear some hard talk tonight. But this is what I've discovered about diving into out of esteem characteristics. Sometimes we can identify who we are when we fully understand who we are when we're being who we are not. Does that make sense? We can understand and identify who we are by understanding who we are when we are being who we are not. Good to see you tonight. I have not forgotten you. I have not had a chance to check my inbox, but I'm going to get with you, my friend. I appreciate you. All right. Does this make sense? All right. And so it is who you are out of esteem that oftentimes illuminates who you really are as a person. And so if you really want to get to understand who you are as a person, get to understand who you are when you are out of character. Because who you are when you are out of character highlight who you really are. It's not about who you are when things are well. It's truly about who you are when things are dysfunctional, when things are bad, when things are out of whack. It is when things are out of whack that we really see who we really are. So I've got to start there because it's going to set the stage for what we have to say. All right. First note, I want you to record this. Thank you, Robin, for the early salad. I want you to record this real quick. All right. Because when we're talking about out of esteem, we're talking about the big F word, flaws. Tonight, I'm going to deal with your flaws. Whether you feel like your predominant energy is masculine or you feel like your predominant energy is feminine, I'm going to deal with your flaws tonight. And I'm going to tell you, some of y'all are going to be upset because many of you are so tender that nobody has ever talked to you about your flaws. They only tell you about the good parts of you. And you're not going to grow in that way. So tonight, we're going to talk about masculine energy when it is out of esteem. We're going to talk about feminine energy when it's out of esteem. We're going to talk about both of those things. Okay. All right. And so this is important. I'm going to deal with your flaws. Now, this is something you got to understand about flaws, right? Correcting your flaws has to involve two things. Are y'all writing? Do you have your journals? You should have your journals. You should be typing in the comments. You should be liking the video. You should be supporting the show. Let's get the number up. Y'all share. I need everybody to hit the share button wherever you are watching. We're on all 4 networks. Correcting your flaws has to involve 2 things. Number 1, it has to involve acknowledgement. Correcting your flaws has to involve acknowledgement. What is acknowledgement? Acknowledgement is simply admitting that we have some challenges. So before I get into these out of esteem characteristics, let me be clear. You ain't going to correct nothing you won't acknowledge. You're not. You're not going to correct anything you won't acknowledge. Can I help some of y'all? Is the mic on early? I'm about to swing. Is the mic on? Some of you aren't growing because you thought ignoring your problems would solve it. And ignoring your problems ain't going to solve your problems. Ignoring your problems exacerbates your problems. This is for all of you that think you can ignore stuff away. This is for all of you that run away from things like conflict, that run away from challenges when they are in our face. Challenges get big, start shrinking, you start disappearing. Does that make sense? Okay, so you can't correct your flaws until you first acknowledge it, meaning you got to admit it. Which means if you get off this live tonight and you say, Doc didn't say nothing about me, somebody lying. Somebody's lying. Somebody's not being truthful. Okay, so number 1, you have to acknowledge it. Number 2, you ready? You got to take accountability. You have to acknowledge it, 1. Number 2, you have to take accountability. Some of you already knew where I was going. What's accountability? Accountability is owning it. There's a whole lot of you that admit it, but you ain't own it. And some of you think that acknowledgement and accountability is the same thing. That's for all of you people that think an apology is enough. An apology is not enough. An apology is just a statement of admitting it. Accountability is taking your apology and applying action behind it. This is why many of you haven't changed. You've been owning stuff. You've been admitting stuff for a long time. You've been admitting for years you got a terrible attitude. You've been admitting for years that you're not the easiest person to get along with. That ain't even nothing new. Here's the problem. When are you going to shift from admitting it to owning it? And we're living, this is salad. Here's a salad-worthy comment I'm about to make. We're living in a time where people, young, old, and in between, are confusing acknowledgement with accountability. Ma'am, sir, whatever you are, just because you admitted something don't mean you owned it. And if the truth be told, most people are only apologizing because they got caught and called out. And that don't even really count as acknowledgement. That's called being caught. That's a third layer of all of this. So I'm talking about admitting it and owning it. What's another way of saying owning it? I want you to put this in all capital letters. You ready? Another way of saying owning it, all capital letters. Take care of it. Don't just own it, take care of it. Which means when you know you are out of pocket about any personality trait regarding you, any behavior regarding you, it is meaningless to admit it without taking care of it. I want you to put this in the comments. Admit it and take care of it. It's the easiest way to describe acknowledgement and accountability. Come on, y'all. Admit it and take care of it. Admit it, take care of it. Don't just say you got a problem and that's it. So tonight we're going to really tap into this. When we start talking about out of esteem feminine energy, out of esteem masculine energy. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Y'all got a blank sheet of paper? Y'all got a blank sheet of paper? I want y'all to do this again. You can turn over the back if you can't see through it. I won't do this because it's going to make it really complicated if I do it this way. But the same thing. I want you to draw another big T. Get a blank sheet of paper. Draw a big T. Right? You're going to put masculine energy on one side, feminine energy on the other side. Let's go through out of esteem. Right? Y'all got it? Bridget saying y'all got it. Y'all already there. I love it. Fast learning class. Fast learning class. Yes. Pin up moderator on Instagram. Pin that. Yes. Right. Fast learning class. Now, watch this. I'm going to go back and forth like I did last night. I'm going to give one feminine energy. I'm going to give you one masculine energy. Feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine. And then I got a surprise for y'all after that. All right. Feminine energy, when it's out of esteem, I want you to record this. Number one, becomes domineering and rude. Uh-oh. Let me just slide out the picture. Domineering and rude. I'm on the feminine side right now. We're going to bounce back and forth. Domineering. Look at y'all coughing already. And rude. I can tell this is some of y'all's first night. You ain't never heard nobody call you rude. Never. Already. Out of the box. I'm not even wasting time. It ain't even 9:30. Yes, it is. 9:35. Domineering and rude. Feminine energy when it's out of esteem. What does out of esteem mean, y'all? It means out of character. A feminine energy's natural state is to be caring. How are you going to be soft and rude at the same time? Hello? Hello? My cash, is the salad working tonight? How are you going to be soft and rude at the same time? Go ahead, I'll wait. I'm going to open up the Topo Chico early. Y'all thought I was going to be out of town and not find Topo Chico? Oh, I don't know nowhere without my Topo Chico. Oh, no. As soon as I got landed, I found Topo Chico, the unofficial sponsor of our show tonight. Already, because I'm about to start swinging. Question, y'all. You feminine energies. Hey, feminine energies, how you going to be soft and rude at the same time? Let me suggest to you that if you think you can be soft and rude at the same time, you're probably not as soft as you think you are. Thank you, somebody, for the salad. I saw somebody break the streak. I want to say this and make sure the mic is on. If you think you can be soft and rude at the same time, you're probably not as soft as you think you are. In fact, take the probably out. You ain't as soft as you think you are. You're just rude. And when you are that, you are out of character. Yes, Becca D, it means even when you're calling out bad behavior. Why do we think, y'all? Let me just ask y'all a question. I know the answer, but this is a very facetious question. I don't have a bottle opener. I'm going to have to find one, or I'm going to have to go old school and use this handle right here and probably make a mess all over me. Ooh. Y'all, why do you think, for real, we have to correct people and be rude at the same time? I'll tell you why. Because this is the clapback generation. Let me just go ahead and break y'all down with this tonight. This is the clapback generation. You know, that generation that feels like they got to have the last word. They got to be the loudest. They have to be the funniest. They got to be the smartest. They got to be the smart aleck. They can't just take a comment or even a disrespect and just walk away. They got to have something to say. This is the clapback generation. With the clapback generation, when you a clapbacker, thank you, Suzette, for the salad. When all you do is clap back, eventually you meet somebody who claps louder than you. Somebody need to hear this tonight. You ain't got the biggest hands in the world. Y'all better catch the analogy. The analogy prince is here. You don't have the biggest hands in the world. So for all of you that think it's great to always clap back, remember one day you're going to run into somebody who claps louder. The clapback generation. And that's why y'all feel like you can't even correct somebody without even having to get, well, Doc, I had to put a little razzle dazzle in it, Doc, because if I didn't put no razzle dazzle in it, Doc, then they wouldn't really understand what I was saying. No, you could have left your dazzle out. In fact, if you have to correct someone, feminine energy, and be rude about it, I would just suggest to you that you're dysfunctional. I'm going to say, and this is going to hurt. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. But I will give you an example of a way. I see a question. Can you give an example of correcting someone in a feminine? You correct people in a feminine way by correcting them in a soft way. I have clients in 27 countries. 27 countries, just under 900 clients around the world. Catholics, atheists, Muslims, Hindu, blah, blah, blah. I've given you that speech every night. As a Christian, I have clients. I serve everybody. But there is a Bible verse that is relevant to us all that says a soft answer, thank you, Sandra, for the salad, a soft answer turns away wrath. Which means when people come at you, the best way to take the sting out of what they did is to be soft in your response. Doc, how do we respond? How do we respond then when somebody do to us? We get soft. And you know that why it's hard for many of you to digest that? Because you're living in a day and age where people equate soft to weak. I know. Y'all don't like this. You know why? Because this ain't think about my 5 areas of healing. Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, financial. Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, financial. This ain't a mental principle. This ain't an emotional principle. You know when I lose most people in my content? When I start talking about spiritual stuff. That's when I lose you. Because giving a soft response to a harsh answer is a spiritual principle. And either you got it or you don't. And somebody said in my comments, this is exactly what you did with the Megatron lady at the DMV. You need to go see that video when I talked about Megatron, who was one of the rudest ladies. And I was just a soft and kind and told her she wasn't going to do and what we were going to do. And it got resolved. You don't need me getting worked off answer because that foolishness down. But see, this generation can't stand that because this generation has no spiritual foundation. I want to scream in this hotel so bad. All y'all know how to do is clap back. And clapping back ain't nothing but mental and emotional dysfunction. So how you going to have a spiritual foundation? Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, financial. How you going to have a spiritual foundation when mentally and emotionally dysfunctional? You can't. You cannot have a spiritual foundation when you're mentally and emotionally dysfunctional, which means for all of you that go to churches, temples, mosques, synagogues, wherever you go, you can go every single week if you like. I'll see you there. But if you go and mentally and emotionally dysfunctional, and all you think you got is a spiritual foundation, you walking on quicksand. Y'all ain't gonna like it. It's just the truth anyway. Good. There we go. Whew. Getting worried about my Topo Chico. Are y'all listening to me? This is the clapback generation. Yeah, doc. I had to get them together. I had to check them, doc. I had to check them, doc. Feminine energy, when it's out of esteem, is absolutely domineering and rude. And you ain't gonna be rude and soft at the same time. So for all of you that saying, I'm in my soft girl era, but you got a bad attitude, lying. You ain't in no soft girl era. You in your Medea era. Where my salads at? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? You not in no soft girl era. And rude, you in your Medea era. Y'all can take that and steal it if you want to. Some of you need to put in your status, I'm in my Medea era. Thank you, Charlene, for the salad, because y'all ain't supporting tonight. I don't understand. I thought we was friends. You in your Medea era. That's what you are. You ain't no soft girl. You ain't soft. Rude. Ain't no way. Thank you, Rebecca. You're not. That's why my Topo Chico out early tonight, because y'all just, I'm telling you, y'all acting like y'all don't want this business, but you're going to get it tonight. Yes, you in your Medea era. You can rebuke it all you want to. If you rude and domineering as a feminine energy, you in your Medea era. I don't care what you say. Rebuke it. Try. Go ahead. Throw oil at the screen if you want to. Just do like this. Okay? Domineering and rude. Let's talk about masculine energy. I'm hitting it tonight. Thank you, Tawana, for the salad. I think y'all starting to like me again. What's wrong? Y'all starting slow tonight. Doc coming out the gate swinging. Thank you, Patrice, for the salad. Thank you, Sonia, for the Topo Chico. Thank you, Artina, for the salad. There you go. I didn't get no rest. It's been a hectic day today. Y'all, can I share this? Let me just share a quick testimony real quick. Just give me 60 seconds. We got time tonight. I had a call right before this, an 8 o'clock client, right before this call. And I had to put out a lot of fires when I landed here for work because I'm presenting for a national conference. And it's a conference that I've presented and done keynotes for several years. And I met with the client right at 8 o'clock that I did not want to cancel the session. I had sessions this morning leading up to me leaving the house, jumping on a plane, and then got here, landed, ran to the store, literally walked to the store, Fresh Market, got me some Topo Chico, came here, had to put out some fires, and then jumped on in the shower, got out on an 8 o'clock call with a client who has stage 4 cancer. When I met with this client a month ago, she was in her hospital bed. She did the call from her hospital bed. And what is so crazy about that call is that she didn't set up the call. She had a friend. Thank you, Makisha, for the salad. She had a friend who set up the client call with me. And her friend, who is a client of mine, said, Doc, I want to give this session coming up with you. This was a month ago, to my friend who has stage 4 cancer. And the doctors are saying she might go any day now. This was a month ago. I emailed the client back and I said, that is one of the kindest things that I've ever seen. And I'd be honored to honor your wish if you want to give it to your friend. See, this is the problem. Some of y'all got ratchet friends. You need friends like that when you down, they give you real things to pull you up. This lady said, no, I'm going to take money that I gave the doc for our session that I solidified, and I want you to talk to doc because you got to get spirits up. They cut on she's in her hospital bed, can barely talk, can barely lift her heads and open her eyes. I have never done a client session like this. I literally got off that call after encouraging her for 60 minutes and talking to her about alignment. Y'all, we talked about alignment, remember? What's alignment? Here's a quiz. Alignment is when what you say, what you believe, and what you do are on the same page. This church, ain't it? Ain't this a revival? Let me testify. When what you say, what you believe, and what you do are on the same page, that, my friends, is called alignment. Well, she was on that call and she said, Doc, I believe in a higher power. I believe in God, but I really feel like this is it. Stage 4. I can barely talk, I can barely hear her. I said, say that again. She said, I believe in God. Thank you, Valerie, for the set. I believe in God, but I believe that's it for me. I said, ma'am, let me explain to you what alignment is. I'm walking her through it, and she's in her bed crying, eyes closed, tears going everywhere. In a hospital room, you seeing behind her beeping. I said, ma'am, open your eyes and listen to me. You got a choice. If you want to be better, you can't just say you want to be better. You can't just believe you can be better. You got to start acting like it. Eyes closed, older lady, much older than me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stage 4. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all, I had her at 8 o'clock tonight. She was calling from her room couch. Her family in the background and balloons everywhere. I cut on the camera and she's smiling at me. Opens her lip gloss on her lips. And the first thing she says to me is, Doc, when we hung up, I decided I was going to stop being a hypocrite. Thank you, Keisha, for the salad and Topo Chico. I was going to stop being a hypocrite. I said, man, what do you mean? She said, I was going to stop saying I believed it and not acting like it. She's at home, y'all. Living longer than what the doctors gave her. Sitting straight up in her chair, talking full voice, playing with her little kids. Y'all, alignment is even great enough to defeat cancer. Alignment is great enough to defeat depression. Alignment is great enough to defeat generational curses. I don't care what your background is, where you from. When what you say and what you believe and what you do are on the same page, you can expect miracles to happen. Are y'all with me or not? Now, back to what we were talking about. We just had a little testimony service at the revival. Y'all ready? Masculine, when it's out of esteem, number one, y'all support the show. High levels of lacking trust. Y'all remember, you're on the masculine side, right? You got the two columns, y'all. Remember, you got the two columns. We're on the masculine side. Write it on the masculine side. High level of lacking trust. When masculine energy, thank you, Tracy, for the salad for alignment. That, I believe that testimony really is going to help someone. When masculine energy is out of steam, it lacks trust. Masculine energy becomes very distrusting when it's offended and hurt. This is why those of you that have predominant masculine energies, whether you're a man, woman, or whatever you are, let me say this to you. Stop making the world your enemy when you're mad. This thing going. Men don't like to hear this right here, because men get mad and they make everybody, masculine energies get mad and they make everybody the enemy. Y'all stop making everybody your enemy because you're mad. Everybody is not your enemy. And that's what happens to masculine energy when it's out of esteem. And I hear you, Colin. You know, Colin, I'm gonna hold you to a higher standard, brother. You know that. You, Colin, you know, Colin, you know. We ain't talked yet. We got some stuff coming up. You know I'm gonna hold you to that level, bro. Because at the end of the day, I don't care who started it. When masculine energy gets offended, we masculine energies tend to get all in our feelings and emotions. And not only that, we make the world our enemy. One person offended you, now you offended everybody. One person did you wrong, now you don't trust nobody. Thank you, Sharon, for the salad. I appreciate it so much. One person did you wrong, now everybody's out to get you. Y'all stop. You're being dramatic. This is making sense? There we go. Y'all share the video. Our views getting up. We're over 800, right around 900. Let's get this up to 1,500. All right. Okay. Feminine energy out of esteem. Come on, y'all. Y'all writing? I ain't seen no churches tonight. Where are the churches? I ain't seen no churches with a bunch of R's. What's up with that? I have not seen no churches with a bunch of R's. Is this making sense tonight? Y'all with me? I know in a different environment, same message. Good. There we go. All right. I want to see some churches. Okay. We're talking about all the networks, y'all. For those of you that are not comprehending that we're on 4 networks, not 1. All right. All right. Feminine energy. Watch this. This is going to throw some of y'all for a loop. Feminine energy, when it is out of esteem, watch this. When it is out of esteem, feminine energy, guess what, y'all? Is decisive. I'm waiting on somebody to be like, what? Did y'all hear what I said? When feminine energy, is out of character, it's decisive. Y'all remember what I said earlier about being honest about your flaws? Y'all don't get it. I know. Look at all the huhs. What? All the huh, doc? Let me explain. Let me see who's going to be honest tonight. Fellas, I need your help right here. Because the women and the feminine energies are confused. Watch the analogy Prince work. And fellas, I need you to help me. How many of you dominant feminine energies have changed your mind 10 times about what you wanted to eat? Every day. Yep, me, all the time. Every 5 seconds. Interesting. Know what that says about dominant feminine energy? That when you're in esteem, you can actually be indecisive. And that ain't necessarily a bad thing. Because your indecisiveness in certain situations means you're thoughtful. You're welcome. It actually means you're thoughtful. So when you're out of esteem, all of a sudden you go from being thoughtful and changing your mind 50 times over what you want to eat, all of a sudden being decisive. You're welcome. You've never heard it taught like this, have you? Oh, yeah, that was salad worthy. At least 10 ladies should bless me with lunch right now. Go ahead. You're welcome. Put it up. Let me put it up. You're welcome. Huh? What Doc talking about? Huh? There you go. This stuff is deeper than what many of y'all have ever even studied. You know why? You've been watching a lot of toxic stuff, sprinkle stuff. Oh, that ain't feminine energy. Now, some of y'all saying, why is it being frowned upon? I just said to you, it's not being frowned upon. That's toxic information. It is your indecisiveness in your pure feminine core that when you can go back and forth 50 times in 1 hour over what you want to eat, it is actually your indecisiveness that makes you thoughtful. In other words, you ain't just making decisions. You're going back and forth like the Aaliyah record to make sure you're making a right decision. Thank you, Deborah, for the salad. Is this making sense, y'all? Are y'all with me or no? Okay. So when you are out of esteem, you actually become decisive. And it's funny. Now all of a sudden you don't want to think nothing over. You don't want to think nothing through. You just, bam, we're going to do this. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. That ain't your strength when you're in your natural feminine energy, ladies. I know y'all don't like this. That's okay. It's okay. This has to make sense to somebody. See, look, I like there are a couple of people on Instagram that are saying impulsivity. Listen, a person who's in their dominant feminine energy, impulsivity ain't your strength. You know why? Because impulsivity is an enemy to emotions. When you are strong suits is your emotions, and you combine strong emotions with impulsivity, you're gonna do some crazy stuff. Y'all, is this making sense or not? Is this making sense or no? If it ain't, I'll stop. I want you to record that now. Impulsivity is an enemy to emotions. That's a PowerPoint. Impulsivity is an enemy to emotions. That in fact, if you are naturally feminine, dominantly feminine, and you are impulsive, you're going to make a mess. Okay? This is making sense? All right? Good. Masculine energy. Y'all got to keep track of this because I'm not writing it down, so it's a little harder tonight. Masculine energy. When masculine energy, y'all, is out of esteem, y'all writing this down? I want you to record this. Thank you, Shaniqua, for the salad. When masculine energy is out of esteem, controlling and control freaks. Just gonna get tight right here. Controlling and control freaks. When those of you that your dominant energy is masculine gets out of esteem or out of character, you become controlling and control freaks. That means you shift from just trying to be a leader to now you're trying to tell people everything to do. This is for all of you men, especially you single men that's dating, you single masculine energies. Let me change that. You single masculine energies that are dating, you ain't got no husband or no wife. And your partner can't even go to the bathroom without telling you where they're going. Doc, don't nobody do that no more. You need to see my notes. It's a whole lot of you feminine energies that are checking in with masculine energies, and they ain't even got no license. You can't even go to the grocery store without calling and saying, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. I just want to let you know. Oh. And masculine energy, when it's wounded, out of esteem, i.e. wounded, that's another word we substitute for out of esteem, wounded. When masculine energy is wounded, it goes from trying to be a leader and developing and allowing people to be and become to trying to control and manipulate. And you know what's so crazy? Some of you feminine energies call that love. I know my man love. My child, my man. Child, you tap into your Medea. Child, I know my man. I mean, he don't even want me to go down the hallway without calling him. And you think that's cute? Ain't nothing cute about that. Ain't nothing cute about it. Nothing. You didn't went on a trip. You didn't went on a work trip. You gotta call him or call that feminine masculine energy every time hey, I'm just calling to let you know I'm going to get something to eat. Just calling to let you know I'm going to the mall. Just calling to let you know I'm going to the bathroom. Just calling to let you know I'm about to hang out on Bourbon Street. Just calling about to let you know I'm about to do ain't nothing cute about that. Masculine energy does that stuff. And unfortunately, a lot of feminine energies, y'all like it. And don't lie and say you don't. I got notes that say otherwise. Hey, TikTok, y'all like the video. Y'all ain't liking the video. I ain't got but 68,000 likes. So y'all kidding me? Come on, like it. Go. Ain't no live tomorrow. This is your Thursday live on Wednesday. Ain't no live tomorrow. Like the video. Come on. I need those likes to get up to 100,000 right now. Come on, TikTok. Let's work. Are y'all listening to me? It's wounded and it's exhausting. And red pill community teaches that stuff. Yeah, man. If your girl ain't checking in, I ain't telling you what it is, then that means she in the streets. Just dumb. Just dumb. Dumb. Low level. Low level. Low hanging dumbness. Let me put you masculine energies on some game. Masculine energies, you gonna know you loving that feminine energy, right? You gonna know you loving that feminine energy, right? Watch this. When you love them so hard and well and healthily and respected them and show them what security is and healing is all about so much that when they go out, you never call them. To the point where they start missing you and thinking about you, looking at their phone like, well, dog, why ain't I heard from them? You ain't gotta call them every 5 minutes because number one, you trust them. You know you're doing your job as the masculine energy and how you showing up. You ain't gotta call and do all that stuff. And let me put you on game. When you do that a couple of times, then that feminine energy gonna be out, and then she's gonna text you and be like, I mean, are you gonna make sure I'm live? Look at the churches. Look at the feminine energy saying church. I mean, are you gonna make sure I'm alive? Do you even care? Look at KK said, do you even care if I'm living? And you'll say, no, baby, I'm fine. I just want you to enjoy you hanging out with the girls tonight. Everything's good. And then watch this. When you're loving feminine energy, right? She gonna speed up the time with the girls. This free game right here. But I would appreciate a salad. Where my feminine energies? I don't see no churches, no amens, no nothing. Where you at? When you loving her, she'll speed up that time. What? Hey, oh, child, I'm tired, y'all. Let me just get out of here. I gotta get up early in the morning. Line. She ain't gotta get up early. She miss her man. Her man is mothering her, and her man is not trying to control her. Sis be scooting out the back door, trying to get to you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Masculine energies, you're welcome. You're welcome. My man, my man, my man, my man, my man. Not a lot told. I know what I'm talking about. I'm an expert at this, y'all. That's 10 sense. See? So then the inverse must be true, fellas. Masculine energies, whatever you are. If you're smothering her and trying to control her, and she never want to be at home, and she always want to run with the girls, it's a sign. You better pay attention. She always want to run the streets. Pay attention. Pay attention. All right. Feminine energy. When feminine energy is out of esteem, let's see, we on number one, two, we're on number three for feminine energy. When feminine energy, yeah, I'm gonna be able to say this in Spanish soon. I'm relearning Spanish. Me and the kids are doing it together. I've had 3 years of it a long time ago, but I'm relearning it because I want to be bilingual in my talks. When I'm doing live shows and events, I want to be able to talk to the masses. And Spanish is the first language I'm going to start with, and um, I'm going to be different. Be different. Yeah. All right. Feminine energy, when it's out of character or wounded, people pleasers. People pleasers. Stop. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Somebody said, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Hey, feminine energy when it's out of esteem, people pleasers. Hey, you feminine energies, you know what? When you wounded, you try to please everybody. This is why many of you have stayed. Let me get serious real quick. This is why many of you have stayed in. Don't you, now Marie trying to be funny. She trying to hit me with a, hey, stop playing with me, Marie. I ain't got that far yet. Stop. Stop. You trying to play, Marie La Luna. Stop. Some of you, feminine energies have stayed in bad relationships so long. You know why? Because when you wounded, you actually revert to pleasing instead of leaving. Ain't nothing like a wounded feminine energy that starts people pleasing. A wounded feminine energy will people please so bad that they will actually take bad behavior and try to justify it. Uh-oh. Where my salads at? It's quiet. Y'all pin the support. You absolutely will take bad behavior and justify it in your mind. Because when you're wounded, you actually revert to trying to people please as a way to self-soothe. Mm-mm, 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 that is not appropriate. People pleasing is not an appropriate way to self-soothe when you've been wounded. I know I ain't lying. I'm good at this, y'all. I'm pretty good at this. You don't do that. Thank you, Lakeisha, for the salad. It was getting dry over here. The drought was on. Serious. You become people pleasers, y'all. As a way to self-soothe and feel better about the situation. You got to be careful with that. Feminine energies, ladies, feminine energies, whatever you are. When you find yourself as a dominant feminine energy feeling offended, wounded, and you revert to trying to make everybody else feel comfortable, it is a sign that you're not in your dominant frame. And you've got to return to your dominant frame. And the easiest way to get out of that people pleasing is to pause, take a step back, and create a boundary. Create a boundary. Nothing snaps you out of people pleasing like boundaries. Is this making sense? And it makes sense. Somebody, Sovereign Lady, said it on TikTok. A very good comment here. Said, I thought I was nurturing when I was people pleasing. In your mind, you think that, oh, well, you know, I'm hurt. Let me just start taking care of everybody. And that gets me back into who I am. But you're doing it under wounded premises. A person with a broken arm can't treat somebody else who's got a broken arm. You got to treat your arm first. Hey, you rode an airplane. Every time I get on it, I think about people pleasers. Because if you've ever been on an airplane, they tell you every single time you wear an airplane how to not people please. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, there's going to be a little oxygen thing that comes down. And when it comes down, hey, secure your mask. It's great if you want to help somebody else, but don't help nobody else until you secure your mask first. Every time you ride a plane, you get reminded of how not to people please. Literally, every single time you ride a plane, you're reminded of how not to people please. Is that making sense? Thank you, Gabby, my client, one of my favorites. Appreciate the salad. Is this making sense? Okay. Like the video. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to like it. Share it. Oh, I'm running out of Topo Chico. I got another one over there, but it would be real mannerish to do 2 Topo Chicos tonight. But I tell you, this is good to me. This making sense? Making sense? Y'all support the show. All right. Masculine energy. When masculine energy is out of esteem, would you record this? I'm on 1, 2, number 3 for masculine energy. When masculine energy is out of esteem, masculine energy becomes very insecure and lazy. Very insecure and lazy. Michelle said, why don't they tell you this? Because this gets you to the truth and you won't be coming back to see them. That's why I don't take my clients long. Yeah, I got a waiting list of about 2. My wait time is about 2 to 3 months. Got a waiting list with over about 150 people on it. But it's for a reason. I think I'm one of the best in the business as a coach. I don't believe in dancing around the truth. I believe getting to it. I do. Okay? Hey, when masculine energy is out of esteem, becomes very insecure and lazy. Masculine energy is dominant. We talked about this yesterday when we talked about these in esteem traits. Remember these in esteem traits we talked about? Masculine energy, when it's in esteem, is hard working. Y'all see that? Probably can't see it backwards. It's hard working. So when masculine energy gets wounded, it becomes lazy and slothful and very insecure. Very insecure, very jealous. Masculine energy. Don't want nobody to look at you. Get real nitpicky over stuff. Thank you, Precious, for the salad. Get real nitpicky over stuff. Pointing out every little thing. Making a big deal out of every little thing. Starts letting himself go. Masculine energy goes from wanting to work out to all of a sudden just letting themselves go. Stomach hanging out everywhere. I told a client today, a man, men, I need you to listen to me. Unless you have some type of physical ailment, before y'all get in your feelings for what I'm about to say. Unless you have some type of physical ailment, men, some type of physical condition, medical condition, thyroids, it could be all kinds of things. Unless you have some type of physical condition, man, there ain't no reason for you to be out of shape. Because whether you realize this or not, a man who is in shape, it's more than your six pack and muscles. A man that's in shape screws other characteristics like discipline, Because it takes discipline to be in shape. Hard work. Because it takes hard work to be in shape. Commitment. Y'all remember these words? Because it takes wanting to go to the gym to want shape. Consistency. Repetition. So when you see a man who's put together, you already know a couple of things about him or her, or you already know a couple of things about him or that masculine energy when you see them and they're not out of shape. Again, I want to make sure I'm saying this loud and clear. If you have a physical condition, that's different, y'all. A physical condition, a health condition is different, y'all. There are a lot of people that have those. I'm not being insensitive to that. I'm not being insensitive to that. But I'm talking specifically to men right now. I get women can have predominant masculine energy. Some of you do. Okay. I'm talking specifically to men right now. And I need you to hear me. If you ain't got no mental, no physical condition, no health condition, get in the gym. Get in the gym. It screams things about your traits and personality and character. It does. Okay? This is making sense? Now, like what Robbie is saying, Doc, sometimes those gym traits don't translate into the relationship. Speaking from experience, I don't disagree with you. A man can go to the gym and be dedicated to the gym and be a complete butthole. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Notice my 5 areas of healing start with mental and emotional, not physical. I don't care how much you go to the gym. You go to the gym all day, but if your mental and emotional self ain't together, then your physical, you don't matter. Toxic red pill community says, hey, forget that mental emotional stuff. Go to the gym. She hurt you, go to the gym. You lose your job, go to the gym. They break up with you, go to the gym. That ain't gonna fix your mindset. It's crazy out here in these streets. You don't believe me? Just go to YouTube, type in red pill and listen. I'm not making this up. They think the gym is the answer to everything. It's foolishness. Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. You know what? Going to the gym is easier. When your mind is right, your emotions are under control, and you got a spiritual foundation. Doc, how you get up at 4:08 Monday through Friday? Because mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I'm checking boxes. And when you checking boxes mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that means you coming in with level thinking, stable emotions, a solid spiritual foundation. It's easy to be dedicated, disciplined, committed, consistent, repetitious. It's easy. It's making sense. Y'all starving me. Y'all starving me. I ain't seen no salads in a minute. Y'all starving me. Maybe I'm not teaching good, or y'all are just heavy writing, or both. All right? Good. Support the show. Thank you so much. All right. Feminine. When feminine energy is out of esteem, we're on number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a good one. I got 4 more for feminine, and I have 3 more for masculine. Thank you for the feedback. Many of you are saying this is on point. Very good. The salads is supporting the show for those of you that are asking. I appreciate your support. I typically go live Mondays on Instagram, Thursdays on TikTok. And I'm thinking about just adding Facebook and YouTube to the mix on Mondays and Thursdays and just doing both 2 times a week. Would that be too much for y'all? Or do those of you that are on those networks want me to just stay at once a week? Could y'all handle it if I went live twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays on all networks? Could y'all handle that? No, that's too much. That's too much. No, that's too much. That's awesome. Okay. More, do it. Okay. Not at all. All right. Nope. Much needed. All right. Thank you. Do what works best for you. I appreciate that, sucker. Thank you for looking out for Doc. Doc is committed after March. Doc's going to do a better job of taking care of himself. He's got people in his life who are concerned about him, family and friends, and I'm going to do better of doing that. All right. Feminine energy. When it's out of esteem, this is big. Feminine, you dominant feminine energies. Listen to me. I want you to write this down right now. Feminine energy. When your feminine energy is wounded, you have extreme feelings of unworthiness. Extreme. Thank you. Put the mask on you first, Doc. I received that, Robin. Thank you so much. You have extreme feelings of unworthiness. Kasha Adams, my healing content will save the world one day. I promise you. I promise you. Y'all will remember these small days. You'll see. Feminine energy, when it's wounded, has extreme feelings of unworthiness. Feminine energies, listen to me. When your feminine energy is wounded, you will begin to question everything about you. Oh, this is good and heavy. You know how many feminine energies, specifically women that I've had to talk to, who have experienced heartbreak to the point where they have absolutely began to question everything about them. From how they look, to how smart they are, to how accomplished. I have had women who are CEOs, VPs, attorneys, doctors, lawyers, PhDs, professors who have gone through hard times and have questioned every single accomplishment they had when they were wounded. Thank you, Charlton, for the salad. From Felicia IG, thank you so much. You will absolutely question everything about you when you're wounded. It's not wise. It's not a wise frame to operate from, because it is a frame that is based in fear. It's a frame that's based in hurt. It's a frame that's based in breached trust. Right? It is a frame that's braced. I like that Carlene, I think, said the word betrayal. It's a frame that's based in betrayal. Those things, you cannot make permanent conclusions about your life based on those things. Y'all like and share the video, y'all. We're still hovering under 1,000. We're hovering under 1,000. Okay? Right? Some of you are being very honest. Doc, you're telling the truth. It's making me emotional thinking about it. And I appreciate your honesty. Right? This is what my work is all about, bringing people to an honest place so you can grow from that. Okay? And it's sometimes hard to hear, y'all. But this is where it is. Thank you, Caitlin, always for your support. You support all the time. I appreciate you for the salad. Okay? So know that if you have extreme feelings of unworthiness, you're probably not operating in your secure feminine energy. Okay? All right? Masculine energy. When masculine energy is out of control, I'm on 1, 2, 3, number 4 for masculine energy. When masculine is out of record this, it is closed off and quick to shut down. When masculine energy is wounded, it becomes closed off and quick to shut down. In other words, masculine energy starts shutting down like women. Don't talk to me. Give me some space. I know some of you, especially you masculine energies that are men, you ain't gonna like this. But I'm telling you, you can't be a leader and always get space. Is it fair? It ain't. Life ain't fair. I ain't never seen a CEO of an organization say, hey, y'all, I'm really going through it. I need y'all this week to not ask me no questions because, hey, I'm up to my neck as the CEO and I need some space. But yet you want to be a masculine energy. You want to be the leader. And you screaming every 5 minutes you need some time. That's because you wounded, bro. Masculine energy, it's because you wounded. See, we don't like to talk in those terms because it makes too much sense. If you're going to be a leader and lead your household and your family and be the example, then you're the CEO. CEO gets some weeks off every now and then. They get vacations like everybody else. But you know what I discovered about CEOs? Even when a CEO is on vacation, an entrepreneur is on vacation, their mind is still what? Working. Their mind is still working. Because when you really got it, you can't cut it off. Y'all, and yes, I said this is my channel. I be on vacation out the country, on islands, in pools. Sometimes I'll have this on. At times I'll just be bald and just, be in the pool chilling. Got on shades. And I'll be in the pool, just chilling, minding my business. Sitting over in the corner, not bothering nobody. Pool music playing, everybody having a good time. I'm there by myself, sitting in the corner, just chilling. And a person or a couple or something will make their way. How are you doing? Good. I try to answer real fast so they can just go on. Doing good. They don't know who I am. I don't know who they are. Good. Y'all have a good day now. Hope y'all have a good time. I try to ease on. Yeah, sir, we all having a good time. I tell you, this is our first time being here. How about you? Yeah, I've been here a couple of times. Oh, okay. What do you do? Nothing. I just try to help people better their lives. Okay, what do you do? Oh, well, I do this. We having problems in our marriage, and sometimes when we get here, it gives us a chance to communicate. What do you think about that, sir? Next thing you know, on my day off, I'm still working. You know why? Masculine energies, because when you are a leader in some things, you are a leader in all things. When you are a leader, sometimes you will lead all the time. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate that, brother. See, masculine energies, you can't be a leader in some things and not in all things. You can't be a leader sometimes and not all the time. And unfortunately, even when I'm on vacation, I can't cut it off. It just seems like people just find me and they want to talk. And they be like, oh my God, that was really thoughtful, sir. What do you do? And next thing you know, I'm in the pool with drunk people having counseling sessions. And got old people in the pool talking about some church. You know why? Because when it is who you are, you can't cut it off. Y'all listen to me. Listen to me. Masculine energy, when it's wounded, starts to shut down. It forgets about its purpose, forgets about what it's called to do and called to be. Okay, so you got to snap out of that. Let me hurry because I got to get to something tonight. I got to get more things real quick. Feminine energy went out of esteem real fast, y'all. Yeah, anointing don't have a switch. I think I've been anointed to do this for sure. Feminine energy went out of esteem, removes boundaries. Self-explanatory, right? Removes boundaries. So when feminine energy is out of esteem, you throw your boundaries out the window. It's a free-for-all. It makes sense. That connects beautifully with people-pleasing because you can't people-pleasing and have boundaries at the same time, right? So that's a no-brainer, right? Y'all with me? Thank you, Maddie B, for the salad. All right? Masculine energy. I'm moving fast, y'all. Went out of esteem. Masculine energy, two more. Masculine energy becomes very indecisive. Masculine energy, when out of esteem, becomes very indecisive, i.e., goes back and forth all the time. When masculine energy is in its frame, it's decisive. Yep, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it, whether it work or not. When masculine energy is wounded, it goes back and forth so much that you get whiplash being around it. Thank you, Cynthia, for the salad. You get whiplash being around them. Masculine energy, all of a sudden can't make up their mind. What that sound like? What that sound like, feminine energies? Masculine energy all of a sudden can't make up their mind. All of a sudden don't know what they want to eat. Right? This making sense? Feminine energy went out of esteem. Moving, y'all. Entree Christian, I think the handle might be wrong for the salad. I don't know what's up with that. I double checked. It's been activated. Somebody told me it might take a couple of days. I don't know why. I actually created that off of a couple of recommendations. So sorry about that if it's not working. I'll make sure it's up and running by the next live. You can certainly support through Venmo. I'm sorry, through Cash App and Zelle. Zelle at info@zebthethird.com. All right. Zelle info@zebthethird.com. I'm sorry about that. All right. Feminine energy, y'all. Two more. Feminine energy. When feminine energy, thank you, Tanika, for the salad. When feminine energy is out of esteem, rebounds are convenient. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I need 5 minutes for this. Yes, I use Zelle, info@zebthethird.com. Jonathan, add that to the ways to support if you would, okay? Info@zebthethird.com is my Zelle. When feminine energy, yeah, y'all better pause on this one. When feminine energy is wounded, y'all love a rebound. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all better be glad I'm not at home because I'd be screaming at you right now. Because some of y'all not gonna hear me until I raise my voice. Thank you, DeAndre. Yeah. You feminine energies will run to a rebound fast when you wound it. Especially when it's toxic. When you wound it and you toxic. Oh yeah, you go to rebound. You be like what my grandma say. To try to get over a man, you'll get under another one. And here's the breaking news for all of you. Men, women, whatever you identify as, you never get over a man by getting under a new one. You never get over a person by getting under a new one. Doc, how you know all of these? I read a lot, y'all. I've got probably about 400 books in my library. 400, maybe, minimum. That ain't even including my books for my PhD research and all that stuff. You can probably add another. I had 189 sources for my dissertation. My books, I'm a nerd. I was a nerd before it was in style. Listen to me. You feminine energies, you got to watch out for the rebound when you get hurt. You got to watch out for the rebound when you get offended. Because that is the optimal time where you allow your emotions to get the best of you. And absolutely will go to something that is convenient to try to soothe and make yourself feel better. And you end up making a deeper mess. In fact, some of you will go to rebounds, do what you do with the rebounds, and be crying the whole time. Let me talk to y'all because y'all ain't supporting. So let me just talk to y'all. You know why men do it and can succeed? They do it and can succeed because remember, men are turned on from the neck down. You turn from the neck up. You ain't built like us. I keep telling y'all this. You're not built like us. So when you try to rebound physically, some of you even be crying while you're doing it the whole time. Y'all, I got stories that would make y'all blush. Thank you, Brandy, for the salad. I have stories that would make y'all blush. The stuff that I share don't compare to the stuff I don't. I don't think y'all can handle the stuff that people wouldn't allow me to share. You couldn't handle it. This is why Doc traveled. This is why Doc, I'm not talking about work travel. This is a work travel trip that I'm on. But This is why Doc travels regular, because I have to keep my brain clear. Let me tell you something. You women will, a lot of you feminine energy folks will get under somebody else to get over somebody else. And you become victims to rebounds easily when your feminine energy is wounded. And you better be careful with that. When you're in that, you are compartmentalizing your pain and you're making it personal. And when you make it personal, you do dumb things like that. I don't even care if you rebound on a better choice. I don't care. You're making an emotional decision that has physical implications. A rebound is an emotional decision with physical implications. You're welcome. Record it. Record it. A rebound, this is for men, women, whatever you identify as. Thank you, Janie, for the salad. A rebound is an emotional decision with physical implications. You ain't never heard it defined that way, have you? That's my definition. Don't y'all steal it. If you do, give me credit. A rebound is an emotional decision with physical implications. When you look at rebounds that way, it'll make you pause. Thank you, April, for pinning that. That's a really good definition that people need to see. Make sense? Let me pin yours, Pisces trees. I appreciate you. Let me pin that comment so everybody sees it. I want to see this on everybody. Good. Thanks, Whit. Let me pin you. I want to pin everybody's definition of this. Y'all need this. A rebound is an emotional decision with physical implications. It ain't a physical decision with emotional implications. It's an emotional decision, physical implications. Y'all, I could spend some time on this definition, but I can't. Because most of you have been taught the rebounds are the opposite way. It's a physical decision with an emotional implication. No. It is an emotional decision with a physical implication. That's a rebound. Does this make sense? Okay. Good. I'm almost there. Masculine energy. Last one for masculine energy out of esteem. Then I got to give you two things and then we're done. So I might need till about 11:10, 11:15 tonight. All right, y'all with me? Masculine energy when it's out of esteem. You ready? Masculine energy when it's out of esteem. Thank you, Cliffany. I love your name for the salad. Tia, see yours popping through. Thank you so much for the salad. Masculine energy when it's out of esteem settles in every way. When masculine energy is wounded, it settles. You settle in your career. You settle in your purpose. You settle in your choices of mates. There was once upon a time where my energy, masculine energy, was wounded. And I had to pause and take a step back and look at what I was doing. And I realized that my wounded energy was causing me to settle for stuff that was way beneath me. And you know what? I ain't been the same since. When your masculine energy is wounded, you start selling for stuff. Masculine energies, you be walking around with fives and trying to convince yourself in your mind they're 10. They're 5. On a good day, with their hair done. Masculine energy settles. Masculine energy will try to make $1 out of 15 cents. Masculine energy, when it's wounded, will try to make $1 out of 15 cents. Masculine energy, when it's wounded, will try to convince itself that what they got is the real deal when they know deep down inside this ain't it. Yeah, I'm talking about men, but it goes for women too. It goes for everybody. Anybody. This settling thing is big, but it's especially dangerous in a man. Because when a man settles, it has generational implications. I need you to write that down. That's salad worthy. I'm going to stop and TikTok likes this and gets my like up to 200,000 because that was worth it. I want everybody to put that comment in all capital letters. When a man settles, there are generational implications. That's a comment that's deeper than what many of you even understand. And I don't have time to explain it tonight. When a man settles, there are generational implications. And some of you, that comment is so deep that some of you ain't even, you still processing what I generate. What they got to do with generation? I need you to think. I need you to think that when a man makes a decision about his life, I'm talking specifically about the masculine energy from a man. When a man makes a decision about his life and he's settling, the implications are greater than him. It impacts generations because he's a seed carrier. Thank you, Kate Taylor D. I appreciate that. He's a seed carrier, which means if his decisions are settling, his seed becomes par. I feel like getting up and running around my room for real. When a man settles, his seed becomes subpar. Let me put this to y'all in English. When a man settles, when a man doesn't settle, he don't plant his seed in any farm. I could spend the rest of the live on this. When a man settles, there are generational implications. Because it don't just impact him, it impacts everybody connected to him. Y'all, we're over 1,000 views. Let's keep going. Come on, share the video. Does this make sense? Face the life. I think I got you, face the life, didn't I? Right. Oh, yeah, I got you. Y'all better listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. A man settles, their generational implications. And his seed has to be super strong to be able to overcome it. That can he overcome it? Sure he can. If you're a man and you have settled, then you have an obligation to teach your seed so that your seed then does better than you, so the cycle isn't repeated. The way out, and that's the way out. You got to teach your seed and develop your seed to be better than the one that sowed it. that was a statement that was more powerful than I believe many of you. That's gonna hit y'all tomorrow, and you're gonna be like, "What in the heck?" The Kenya Miller said that, and I agree with you, Kenya Miller. You better teach your sons this. I got a son, a 2-year-old son. We talk about this. He cute. He's smart. He's left-handed. He's a ball player. He make A's and B's. He's charming. He's intelligent. He's a sweet kid, and he's fine. It took his daddy some time to bloom. I was a nerd up till my freshman year in college, and then the Lord changed me. My son got it out the gate. And I tell him, son, hey, one day you'll have a family. You better choose wisely. Because everything that you do has generational implications. I hear you, Angie. I want to speak to this question here. Because Angie asked a great question. What if he's a settler and she's a person? He can live up. You can be a great person, but is being a great person good enough? It's a lot. Being a great person is worthy. Nothing wrong with that. But you can be a good person and be lazy. You can be a good person and not show up right. Now, all of you equal opportunity folks, y'all better get off my lives before we start hitting you with eagles. You know about me, you know I raise my kids. Don't ask me what I ask my daughter. Like, y'all go somewhere else with that. For you with eagles. I told y'all on the first night, Y'all better learn how to take feedback. This entitled generation that want an explanation for everything and want everybody to get a trophy. Be quiet. Thank you. Listen, y'all, we have to be mindful that being a good person doesn't necessarily mean you're worthy. Let me just stop. I'm going to just leave that alone. That's next level conversation. I'll save that for a group work for those of you that have the mindset to be able to handle that. Let me just stop. Feminine energy. Last one. This is funny. We're going to end it with this. Then I got two more things I got to give y'all. You can be nice, but just because you're nice don't mean you qualified. Somebody that has hired teams, let me help you. It's one thing for you to come in that interview nice. Yes, sir, this. Yes, sir, that. No, sir, this. You know, that's great. But if you don't know your stuff, niceness ain't going to get you the job. Niceness is not going to get you hired. Being nice ain't enough. And for this entitled generation that everybody thinks they ought to get a trophy and everybody ought to get an explanation because you think just because you breathe in somebody owe you an explanation. This generation, many of you not going to understand that. And that's the problem with our generation. We're rewarding everybody because they're trying to be nice, and we're ignoring people who have no substance. We're ignoring people, rather, who have substance, who've done the work. I know y'all don't like this. I don't care. Go somewhere else where they will tell you what you want to hear. I help people heal on my networks. Okay? Last one, ladies, or feminine energies. When feminine energy is out of esteem, feminine energy will want princess treatment, but act like Medea. No, will want princess treatment, but act out of character. When feminine energy is wounded, will want princess treatment, but be acting out of character the whole time. And I'll say this to those of you that are predominantly feminine energies. Just because you're a feminine energy does not mean you are entitled to princess treatment. It don't work that way. It don't. I'm gonna say something. Doc, I can't find nobody to treat me like a lady. I have a serious question for you. Serious. Could it be that if multiple people don't treat you like a lady, could it be that maybe you're not showing up like one? My salads are dry. Are the ways to support on the screen? I don't. My salads are dry. Maybe my volume down. Y'all can't hear me. Hello. Where the camera at? Hello. 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 I need somebody to treat me like a lady. Are you acting like one? One time, okay, might be an anomaly. Twice, might be a coincidence. But if the last 5 instances of your breakups, every single last one of them have not treated you like a lady, you got to ask yourself, did you show up like one? Did you show up like a lady? And if you didn't, why are you shocked? Let me get to the good part. Y'all got your list, out of esteem list? Now, let me give you 2 bonuses that y'all didn't know where we're coming. Y'all ready? I got another list for y'all. Okay, if you want some clarity on showing up like a lady, go back to the recording yesterday where I talked about feminine energy and esteem. It gives you all the answers right there. Okay, I'm trying to speed this up. I've got 10:52. I want to be finished at least with the lecture by 11:15, and then give y'all 10 minutes of Q&A, and I've got something to share with you. All right. I got a bonus list. Okay. I have a bonus list. And this bonus list is when both energies are out of esteem. There is a list of things I want y'all to think about that both the masculine energy and the feminine energy. No, it wasn't meant to be even. It wasn't meant to be even. It wasn't even last night in the masculine's favor. It's not even tonight in the feminine's favor. So that's intentional. Okay. I hit the high ones. You all have to get the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. You got to get the book because it goes into so much deeper depth. Thank you, Kristen, for the salad. Yeah, she broke the streak. Y'all must be mad at me. You really about to be mad. There's a list that both energies share when they're out of esteem. In other words, the masculine energy and the feminine energy will actually act the same when it comes to certain characteristics when they're out of esteem. You want that list? Now I'm gonna make everybody mad. Man, woman, whatever you are, I'm gonna make everybody mad. You ready? When masculine and feminine energy are both out of esteem, there is a list of qualities that they possess that they share in common. You ready? Number one, lying. Both masculine and feminine energies, when they're out of esteem, are great liars. Yep. I mean, pathological. Pathological liars. Yep, you're liars. Nobody lies like a wounded man and a wounded woman. That was salad worthy. Y'all gonna have me starving tomorrow. Nobody lies like a wounded man and a wounded woman. Nobody. Nobody in my Keith Sweat voice. Nobody. Let me give you a second one. You ready? Here's a second one. Attention seeking behavior. Both the masculine and the feminine energy, when they're wounded, will do things to get attention. It's wild. You'll become somebody you're not to get attention. You'll behave in ways just to get attention. You'll say stuff just to get attention. I'll just give me different examples. I don't know how many more examples y'all want, but I know I'm telling the truth. Y'all support the show. Y'all put it up. Moderators, y'all put it up so these folks can support. Yeah, that can include thirst traps. You'll either fall for the thirst traps, masculine energies, or you'll become a thirst trap, feminine energies, just to get an attention when you are out of esteem. Posting pictures in 6-inch heels and you can barely walk in 2 inches. Just for the gram, just to get attention. Because your feminine energy is wounded. Fellas, you will like more random women than you even pay attention to your own wife or girlfriend because your masculine energy is wounded. You become a victim to the thirst trap, and feminine energy a lot of times becomes a thirst trap. And sometimes it's in today's era, it's actually reversed in many ways. There's a lot of feminine energies that are coming victim to thirst trap, and it's a lot of dudes that be thirst trapping. Straight up. uh Number three, I'm going to give you two more. And then I got three tips on how you can correct all of this, and I'm done. Let me give you two more. There's a term I want to give to you that both wounded feminine and masculine energy share alike that I think you should hear. This term is called catastrophizing. Anybody heard the term catastrophizing? Both the masculine and the feminine energy will become catastrophizers. That means you take a situation and you really make it deeper, worse, more dramatic in layman's terms than what it is. Catastrophizing. Hey, y'all, we got to live because TikTok ain't but 186,000 likes, and that's crazy. I don't even know if I've ever been that low. Hey, I need everybody on TikTok to like the video now. Go. Hurry. Let's get that up to 200,000. Let's get as many likes as we can before TikTok gets shut down in America. Oh, boy. I'm serious. You both catastrophize. Masculine and feminine energies will take a small thing and make it a huge thing when you're wounded. I like what R. Nadell said. Yes, catastrophize when every headache is a brain tumor, right? Like it's that kind of stuff, right? It's just dramatic, because you're wounded. And when you're that wounded, you're not connected to reality. Thank you, Yesha, for the salad. I appreciate that. Thank you for your generosity. Y'all help Yesha support. Does this make sense? Let me give you this final one. I want to spend some time here. I had a friend and a sister hit me up about this. I posted something about this on my story. And she was like, bro, we're going to have to talk about this. I don't know if I agree with this because, I'm kind of this way, but it's really a defense mechanism. I want to explain this tonight. The fourth characteristic that both wounded masculine and feminine energy share in common is this term called passive aggressiveness. Passive aggressive behavior. This is going to get fun. Passive aggressive behavior. When masculine and feminine energy are wounded, a commonality that they share is passive aggressive behavior, meaning they revert to a behavior that is a knee-jerk reaction as an emotional response to something they don't like instead of just verbalizing what they don't like. I'm just going to rock right here like Celie on Color Purple. I'm going to just rock. Thank you, the expressions of Tammy's World. I appreciate the salad. I'm going to just rock on this for a while. And let me tell you why people do it. People do it because it is a defense mechanism. I'm going to teach you a lesson real quick in 3 minutes on passive aggressive behavior. Passive aggressive behavior. A lot of people try to say, oh, well, they do it because they're avoidance. That's an easy way out. It is. Is it possible? Yeah. It's an easy way out, though, in many cases. You know why I call it an easy way out? Because people will say, well, it's because I'm an avoidant, because they don't want to take responsibility and accountability. But people use passive aggressive behavior as a way of being a defense mechanism to offense. And instead of being grounded with their offense and feeling the emotions of being offended, processing it, and coming up with a way to properly respond, they deflect the offense through passive aggressive behavior. It's wild. And let me say this to you. There is nothing more unattractive than passive aggressive behavior. When I tell you, as a healed man, there is nothing that grinds my gears more than passive aggressiveness. Just say what you feel. Just say how you feel. The random attitudes, the quietness, the short messages, the short responses, the short this, the flippantness here and there. Y'all stop that. Because a healed person will put a boundary around you and keep on going. I know I'm not the only one out here on this island that feel like this. Because one of the benefits of being healed is being a great communicator. And when you're a great communicator, you expect people to communicate well with you. And I feel so, this is something I teach my kids. They're 10 and 11. You can't just pout and be mad and cry and be able to, and not be able to tell me what's wrong. I ain't gonna ask you but about twice before I really start getting pissed off. You know why? Because at 10 and 11, you need to learn how to communicate your feelings. You need to learn how to communicate your thoughts. You need to learn how to communicate what is wrong with you. I like what Julietta said, like, use your words. Exactly. Not your tears, not your pettiness, not your short responses, not your flippant behavior. Use your words. And ain't nothing more unattractive than a person who uses everything but their words. That's another way you can look at passive aggressive behavior. When a person responds with everything but their words. That's a really good definition of passive aggressive behavior. When a person responds with everything but their words. A friend of mine hit me today and was like, hey, but bro, I do it because I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Well, then that's a them problem. You don't respond with something else other than your words just to make other people uncomfortable. Folks got to grow up and mature to be able to hear handle what you're saying. And if they can't, then you need to level up. Some of us too grown to be sitting up here playing patty cakes with folks because they can't take feedback. Are y'all listening? It's wild. Y'all, it's one thing for kids to have tantrums. It's another thing for adults to have them. And an adult tantrum, oh my God, bruh, just say it, man. Just like say it. Y'all, in the workplace, I remember when I worked, I was working, I'd be managing people, and folk come to meetings mad. I'm sitting over in the corner about, and I open up the meeting. Hey, let's just open up the meeting. Let's just open up the meeting with, hey, let's just open up the meeting and let's go around. Anybody, any opening remarks, anything you need to share, any updates? Everybody quiet. Well, everybody quiet, but you can feel the heat off of people's faces. So I take my glasses off and be like, are we going to just sit here and ignore the heat on folks' faces? Or are we going to be grown-ups and talk and function with our words? Thank you, Tiffany, for the salad. It's a drought. Y'all all mad at me now. I don't care. I'm telling you, y'all, there is nothing more unattractive than that. You can be fine. You can be smart. You can make a lot of money. You can be successful in your career. But I promise you, on Mary, the Little Lamb, and everybody else, if you Can't talk with your words and respond with everything but your words. I'm telling you, it drives heal people nuts. I mean nuts. That's in a professional space. That's in a personal space. That's in a relationship space. You better learn to talk with your words and stop expecting people to be mind readers. And those of us that do this kind of work, let me tell you who this really bothers more a lot. People that are in the customer service business. Let me put y'all on game. If you're in a customer facing occupation, if you're in a customer facing occupation where you are helping people, you're developing people, serving people, and you've been doing that all day, you've been trying to get people what they need, serve people, service people, you've been doing all of that stuff, right? You've been doing that all day, and you come home to somebody who wants you to be a mind reader and don't want to talk with their words. It will drive you insane. I mean, it'll drive you nuts. This is making sense. Teachers is customer facing. Teachers is customer facing. This is why when people get to know me personally, they're shocked to know. They're shocked to learn that when you learn me personally, I'm not Doc when we like I don't try to get in my circle for me to try to give you advice 24/7. I do that all day. I don't mean no harm. I do that all day. You're not gonna get in my circle for me to be your friend and your counselor. I know it sounds wild. Yes, a perk of being my friend is that you're connected to someone who's pretty good at this. But when you're customer facing all day, the last thing you want is to have to be all of that in your personal space because it brings about balance and peace. Kenya Miller owns a school. I love that, Kenya. Thank you so much. Are you the same Kenya from Facebook? Kenya, are you the same Kenya from Facebook? Does this make sense? Yeah, I'm different as a friend. I'm a pretty corny guy. I'm corny funny. And I give great advice, obviously. It's what I do. But I like to just be chill, man. Like watching the game. Don't ask me. Yes, Kenya Miller. Very good. Very good. Can't wait to connect with you. We watching the game. I don't want to hear about I don't want you asking me about attachment styles and I'm watching the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear that. I'm serious. You don't gotta like it. I don't care. I'm in this for authenticity, not your likes. I'm watching the game. Hey, so what you think about Jesus? He all right? Now let me finish watching the game. All right. 3 tips and I'm done in 2 minutes. I love y'all. I mean it. And yes, that's a boundary for me. It keeps me balanced. You should want me balanced. This is why I couldn't marry another doc. You know why? Because I drive myself crazy. I don't need another doc in my life. I need an opposite of doc to keep me balanced. Does that make sense? Okay. I love y'all too. I mean it. 3 tips. Let me give you 3 tips, y'all, to be solid in your energy. Then 10 minutes of Q&A and I'm done. I know we're a little longer tonight. It's the last night. If you have not supported the show, support it. Somebody tell me I'm a lawyer. I don't know. I can't be no uptight lawyer. You can't be uptight. No. I need you to be a fun lawyer. No, I got enough uptightness in my life. Somebody got to be fun. Uh, Somebody said I want to talk about it styles on commercial breaks. No, no, you're not. No, epidemiologist. Hey, listen. Long as you just not, you can't be who I am. This is all about balance, y'all. Does that make sense? And you should desire the same for your life. You should want something that balances you. I know. I'm staying focused. Thank you, Cher. April, my moderator. Stay focused, Doc. I'm trying. All right. 3 tips, y'all. My moderator just got me. 3 tips. 3 tips, y'all, to lock into your energy, whatever it is. Number 1, find real peace with your own life. Record it real quick. Come on, y'all, hurry. Find real peace with your own life. If you want to operate in your own energy, whatever it is, and you want to be authentic, but find peace in your life, let me tell y'all something. Contentment doesn't mean satisfied. It means you're okay. You got to find contentment with your life. When you find contentment with your life, you find peace with your life. It doesn't mean that everything is right in your life. It means that you are okay. Doesn't mean you're satisfied. When you find real peace in your life, it's easy to operate in your own energy. Because ultimately, peace is the goal. Number 2, y'all record these fast. Be honest about the state of your energy and heal it. We talked about that night 1. I spent 45 minutes wearing y'all out on lying to yourself. Yeah, be honest. Be honest with yourself about the state of your energy and heal it. Okay, so if you know you off, stop walking around like you on. Stop. Because us healed people can see you off. And if you're going to lie about it, we will ignore it. You're ignoring it. Then we can just all ignore it together. Y'all stop. And number 3, this is big. Don't connect with any energy that won't allow you to settle in your energy. Don't connect with any energy that won't allow you to connect or to settle in your own energy. Don't connect with any energy that won't allow you to settle in your own energy. Meaning, if you got to be connected to a masculine or a feminine energy and they won't allow you to be comfortable in your energy and you hearing it, connecting to the wrong person. You are absolutely connecting to the wrong person. That makes sense? Y'all, I'm done. Was this helpful tonight? Were these 3 nights helpful? Could y'all handle another 3-night revival on something else? Or was this too much? Is this helpful? Let me see some churches if it was. See, some of y'all made, how many of you made all 3 nights? Put up a 3 if you made all 3 nights. If you made all 3 nights, I want you to type in a 3. If you made 2 nights, I want you to type in a 2. If you made 1 night, I want you to type in a 1. I'm proud of you. Thank you, Anitra, for the salad. Thank you, Taquisha, for the salad. Thank you, Karen, for the salad. Melissa, for the salad. Thank you so much. Those of you that I may have missed. Good. 1, 2s, 3s, 2s, a lot of 2s and 3s. 1s, good. Beautiful thing about this, you can go back and watch the replay. Listen, I'm ready to do 10 minutes of Q&A, but I got 2 things I got to tell you. Number 1, there is no more lives this week. So TikTok live tomorrow. I'll be back to my regular schedule Mondays and Thursdays. I'm going to try to stream on all 4 networks Monday and all 4 networks Thursday. Try to do it twice a week. All right. So that way, folks who are on Facebook and YouTube can now start to get in the mix because we're going to really start to really build on YouTube. Okay. So that's number 1. Thank you, JCS, for the salad. Number 2. Where is it? Where did I put it? What did I put? Thank you, Valencia, for the salad. Where did I put my notes? Hold on, y'all. Okay, here they are. Well, no, I'm tripping. All right. There's no live on Monday, by the way. I forgot. There's no lives next week, right? Because Monday I'm doing group coaching and counseling. In a small group coaching and counseling is up to 10. It's only for 10 people. That's been booked and closed for weeks now. So there are no more slots for that. Next Thursday, March the 21st. Thank you, KP, for the salad. I appreciate you. Next Thursday, the 21st, I am doing my group work on the value system. Okay, the value system is a system that I've created that will help you be able to make better decisions by identifying your values and aligning your life up with those values. That is next Thursday. I think it is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a 90-minute session. The link is in my bio. Sign up for that. I still have seats left for that. Okay. It's March 21st. Okay. All right. March the 21st. I want you to sign up for that. I think it would be very helpful for you. Okay. I know it will be. And right now, if I'm being honest, the wait time, if my calendar were to be open to new clients and you booked the session today, you would not be able to see me until May. I'm booked in March. I'm booked through April. I have availability in May. So that's how backed up I am on my calendar. This is the best way to work with me. It is the wave of the future for my work, to do group coaching in small sessions, i.e. 10 people, and then do larger workshops, that are limited to 90 people or less, because it allows me to be able to impact people, right? I don't want that size to get too large until we start doing in-person shows, which I'm hoping I have some announcements about that this year. Also, let me give you this. I want you to mark your calendar. April, not my moderator. April the 6th. Oh, shoot. Where did I put it? Like, how did I delete this? Yo, I'm tripping. Hold on, y'all. I don't know how I deleted this. April the 6th. It is not showing on my calendar. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Just hold on. Y'all bear with me. There it is. Like, it's not, I'm tripping. It's not on one of my iPads. April the 6th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. No, you can't sign up for May yet. All right. I don't want to do that, because when I open up my books, y'all, people are going to flood them. And then you're going to, what should have been a, hey, I thought you could see me in May, you're going to be upset, because then you're going to be like the 30th person sign up, and then May is going to fill up, and then June's going to fill up, and then you're going to be waiting until July. I'm trying to stop that. Thank you, Tanisha, for the salad. April the 6th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing probably a group work on a topic that I've been putting off for some time that is going to help a lot of you. April the 6th, I want you to record this. April the 6th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing the group work, repairing my damaged attachment style. April the 6th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 90 minutes. I'm doing a group work called Repairing My Damaged Attachment Style. It's the one you need. It's up there with the 5 areas of healing that I do, which I should be announcing and doing a session for that in May. April the 6th, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to want one of these seats. I'm limiting it to 80 seats, no more. Okay, Doc, when is that going to be available? It'll be available 8 a.m. in the morning. In fact, I do you one better than that. It'll be better available midnight tonight. How about that? I'll have it clicked on by midnight. Let me make a note so I don't forget. April the 6th, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Repairing My Damaged Attachment Style. It's the one. This will be one of the best group works I've done. It's going to be great. And I would advise you to grab a seat before they fill. In other words, seats will go live in about 30 minutes. Okay. All you got to do is go to my profile, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Look at my link tree. You'll see it right there. Okay. The link will be right there. Okay. That's how you get the link. The link will be on my profile in 30 minutes. I'll have it cut off. Okay. Loveliest Leo, the loveliest Leo. Let me be a blessing to you. The loveliest Leo. I have seen you faithfully support me on Instagram and TikTok. I know your face. I don't know you. The loveliest Leo on Instagram. Send me an inbox message. You will go to that session for free. Okay. Will you do that? Okay. So loveliest Leo, I want you to send me an inbox message. You will go to the April 6th session for free. So we have 79 slots left. Okay. All right. But I'm going to be doing a whole lot more of that this year. A lot more. Okay. April the 6th, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Healing your damaged attachment style repairing your damaged attachment style is going to be a game changer. All right. And it is relative. It's affordable. And you will see all of that in 30 minutes. Right. My group works are very affordable, and I make them affordable because they're group sessions. 80 people max. I try to keep around that. Well, actually, I go as high as 99 people, but I'm shortening this one to 80 because there's typically going to be a lot of questions when I teach this topic. So it's going to be 80 people. All right. So we'll 79 because Lovely's Leo has a slot. All right. So 79 people. I want you to jump on this. Set your alarm for 30 minutes from now. Doc, I got to go to work. Well, we all got to go to work. Set your alarm because I want you to be a part of it. Okay. Listen, y'all. I love each and every one of you. It is live. It is through Zoom. You will get a Zoom link once you sign up. I don't pre-record my group works. You interact with me on the screen. And it's some of the best work that I do. If I'm being honest with you, I think that's the direction that I'm going. Live shows, interactive events, things like that, where I'm doing more of this stuff all the time. All right. Okay. I love y'all. I did not do Q&A, did I, April? So I got to do Q&A. I'm a man of my word. It's 11:25. So that means by the time I do Q&A and hang up, all you got to do is just go get some water, get some Topo Chico, who is the unofficial sponsor of my network. Go get some Topo Chico, and then the link is going to be up. That'll give me time to breathe, drink some Topo Chico, and then hit the show button. All right. Questions. Where are you? You got 10 minutes. How do you create healthy boundaries? They're two-sided fences. A boundary that's healthy protects you from others and protects you from yourself. So ask yourself, when you create a boundary, does it protect me from others? Yes. Does it protect you from yourself? Yes. If the answer to that question is yes, both of those questions are yes, you have a healthy boundary. What do you do when you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to discuss problems, issues? They can blame it on being an avoidant all they want to. If you're an avoidant, then don't get in, and you can't answer tough questions, don't get in a relationship. You're not relationship ready. I mean it. If you're an avoidant and you can't answer questions, you need to stay single. Most folk not giving advice like that. I am. Heal that. Because it's not fair that you're making your attachment style the challenge of somebody else. Make sense? How do you bump heads when you're a masculine man and she identifies and wants to be the alpha woman? Colin, how can battery charge with two positive plugs? It can't. It can't charge with two positive plugs. Which means somebody's got to get in a frame. You got to have two opposite frames. And somebody's going to have to get into their frame. And if they can't do it, then maybe they're not the person for you. If your natural frame is masculine and their natural frame is masculine, you're going to do this. It's not going to work. You got to chalk it up to that and move forward. Besides you, Doc, will I find that masculine energy that in esteem? I'm not sure about that question. No, clarify that question so I can answer. Yep, that's two men fighting for sure. Can you heal with the person who wounded you in your environment? Still is hard. It is possible to heal around the person that hurt you, but it's hard. It's hard. And a lot of people give me grief because I do support things like separation. I think separation is better than marriage. I mean, better than divorce. If two people are having problems and they separate, that gives them a chance to get apart from one another, to reset themselves, reset their focus, and hopefully come back together with reset spirits and try to make it work. Because it's hard to heal in a place that's wounded you. It's hard to heal around a person who's been guilty of the very reason why you're depressed. It's hard. Okay. So I would highly recommend, space. Space always creates clarity. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. B. I appreciate you. I mean that. Is physical violence masculine or feminine energy? That's an interesting question. I don't know if physical violence is either energy, to be honest with you, because of the word violence, right? I don't know if violence is a masculine or feminine energy as much as it is an energy. The word energy really means spirit. The church folks really get mad when y'all say energy. Thank you for some you say energy. The word energy really means spirit. And I could prove that even in the Greek, but I'm not going to give you all a Bible study tonight. But I really think violence is a spirit, more so than a masculine thing or a feminine thing. And so I think we're careful with that. How do you break your masculine energy when you are wounded and want to regain your feminine energy? Well, we talked about that, Malia, a lot tonight. That when you want to break that masculine energy because you're wounded, you've got to remember those 3 tips, right? Find peace with your life. Be honest about the state of your energy, where you are, right? I think that's a big start. It sounds basic, but it's really good advice. You got to be honest about the fact that you are wounded. Look for those esteem things that you're doing so that you can identify them and then correct them, okay? What to focus on first? You're just starting again from a long relationship. I'm assuming, Lottie Love, you mean single. Yourself, right? If you're going to be starting again from after getting out of a long relationship, then your focus should be on you. It should be on those 5 areas of healing: mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, financial healing, which means you're going to be pouring all of that energy back into you. If you have children, you're going to be pouring it into them as well. That's very important. All right. Hi, Doc. How can a woman who's used to having to be both remind herself of her feminine energy when around a high mask she's interested in and don't want to push away? We talked about that, Jennifer. That's a really good question. We talked a lot about that yesterday. And my recommendation was that feminine energies have to remind themselves that 2 masculine energies cannot predominantly operate in the same space successfully. It's typically not going to happen, because it's like 2 positive charges that are just butting heads, which means you've got to learn how to relax in your feminine energy. Now, that means relaxing in your feminine energy means you got to learn how to trust. You got to work on fear. You got to work on faith. Those are things you got to work on letting go. Those are things that people tend to struggle with when they don't want to let go of an energy that they predominantly be in, right? It's more than just saying, oh, I want to be feminine. You have to work on fear. You got to work on trust. You got to work on faith, etc. Okay, that's a really good question, but we definitely talked about that yesterday, day before. How can you progress in your healing journey when your spouse doesn't want to heal? I get a lot of those questions, and it's very sad because it's proof that you can be in a relationship or a marriage with someone and either grow like this or grow like this. And let me tell you something: when you start growing like this, and the other person is making the decision to go this way instead of making the decision to go this way, they're making the decision to go this way instead of going that way, it's hard to come back from that. People have to want to rescue themselves, even in marriages, right? So when you have that, I highly recommend that you get a neutral third party involved: a counselor, a coach, a therapist, a pastor, somebody. Get somebody involved that can get you both talking and engaging and doing the work, because you can't make a grown person work. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to stress yourself out trying to make a grown person make the decision to do the work. All right, don't do that. What are some ways to correct shutting down when there is an issue with a significant other? Great question, Monique. I think the way you do that is by working on your mental and emotional self, right? Got to work on our thoughts. We get to that in a second, but before we do that, let's deal with our emotional regulation, right? Let's learn how to pause. Let's learn how to be present in every moment. Let's make sure we're not catastrophizing, making situations bigger than what they are. Let's make sure that we are offering healthy responses when we do respond, which means we are not only pausing when things offend us, but we're taking the time to properly process those things to determine if they really belong to us or if the offense belongs to somebody else. These are things that we have to do, right? And we have to take our time doing that. And that's something that you certainly have to practice over time. Um, what is the best? This is a good question. I'll end with this one because I think it's time. What's the best advice? Because somebody's like, Doc, it's time. Y'all want me to get off so y'all can sign up for this session on April. It's going to be powerful. What is the best advice you've ever received and by whom? And what do the three R's represent in church? Great question. I'm going to do one of my first videos talks about this, the three R's in church. So the best advice I've ever received, I don't know, I've received a lot of advice in my lifetime. I talk a lot about my parents who are my heroes, my father, Zeb Jr., my mother, Patricia, are my heroes. And in my opinion, the best set of parents that have ever existed. And I'm grateful for that. So I've gotten a lot of valuable life lessons from them. And I talk a lot about my grandmother, my father's mother, who, when she was living, we used to have to help her in the church. She was on a walker and then a wheelchair eventually. And she had a motorized seat in the corner. And you hear a lot of times, my clients hear me talk a lot about things my grandmother used to say. My grandma and I used to talk every single Sunday when she came in. I would help my father. Then I would come back upstairs and sit down next to her and talk to her. And my grandma had an eighth grade education. And she's one of the wisest people I ever met, which goes to show you can have a degree and be dumb as a box of rocks. Jonathan, one of my moderators, a member of the Inspire team, has a grandmother up there because he's heard me talk about my grandmother so much. And so I can't point to just one piece of advice, but certainly people like them that have just been instrumental. People say, Doc, where does the wisdom come from? Well, some of it school, yeah, some of it, but a lot of it was God-given and being connected to older people who didn't have degrees but had common sense. Okay. The three R's in church stand for messages that are real, relevant, and righteous. So when I tell you to type church with three R's, you are high-fiving a message that is real, that is relevant, that is righteous. That's what it stands for. Right. And I've explained that in several other lives before, but I know we have new people tuned in tonight. Okay. Y'all, I appreciate you. I love you like a fat kid loves cake that don't want to work out and ain't got no health conditions. We talked about it tonight. It's a joke. I love you guys. I want you to have a fantastic week. Remember, no live tomorrow, no lives next week because I'm doing group work. Sign up for Value this next Thursday if you have it. Y'all, in 20 minutes, April the 6th, Repairing Your Damaged Attachment Style will be live. I need you to sign up. 20 minutes. It's limited to 79 seats. I want you to sign up, and I can't wait to see you. All right. Thank you for tuning in. You can watch the replay. It's going to be up on every network but TikTok. And I'll see you soon. Peace and blessings. Y'all take care. Thank you so much for your support this week. It's been a lot of fun. See you soon. Bye. See you. See you.